Right here, that's wood?
That's wood right there.
Oh, yeah. See, there's some wood right there.
Oak Island, a place that has been driving people crazy for the last 200 years. Every time when people think that everything is over, something comes out from there which shocks everyone. But what has happened this time is one of the biggest mysteries till date. It seemed like a normal day. The team was just doing another boring digging when suddenly the machine gave some signal. At first everyone thought that it might be some old scrap, but when they dug the ground, everyone's eyes were wide open after seeing what came out from below. A shining thing, golden in color, with a strange shape. And not just one, there were many things buried around it. It seemed as if someone had deliberately hidden it centuries ago. But why? Now the question is this the same treasure whose stories we have heard since childhood? Or is it something bigger, something that no one has seen till now? In the video, we will show you the real footage in which the Oak Island team is seen searching for the golden treasure. Every scene has a new twist, and believe me, your eyes will not move away from the screen till the end of the video. So get ready. Because the biggest secret of Oak Island is now slowly being revealed. Oak Island. You must have heard the name. But do you know why this place is so famous? This is a small, quiet-looking island located in Nova Scotia, province of Canada. From above, you can see only land covered with trees and some old structures. But the real game is hidden beneath it. The year was 1795. Three young men, Daniel McGuinness, John Smith, and Anthony Vaughan, while roaming on this island, came across a strange thing. A round depression was seen in the ground under an old tree, as if someone had buried something. A kind of pulley was hanging on the tree, and the surrounding soil was removed. They thought that maybe some treasure is hidden here, and that's where the most mysterious excavation of Oak Island begins, which we know today as Money Pit. They started digging 2 feet, then 10, then 30 feet, and kept finding layers of wood every few feet. It seemed as if someone had very thoughtfully hidden something deep in the layers. But whenever the digging reached a little depth, water would fill up and everything would stop. Many theories have come to the fore so far. Some people believe that this treasure could belong to a notorious pirate, like Captain Kidd. Some associate it with Freemasons or Knights Templar, who used to hide secret wealth and artifacts centuries ago. Some even say that biblical artifacts, even the Holy Grail, may have been hidden here. Hundreds of people have spent millions of dollars in 200 years, but no one has been able to find the real treasure till date. And every time people retreat, Oak Island reveals a new mystery. So is this just a long lie? Or is there really a golden truth hidden under the ground? The discovery of Oak Island is not just a story, it is an obsession. An obsession in which many people have put their lives at stake. Over the past 200 years, many people have spent their entire savings to dig this small island. From the 1800s to the present, dozens of teams have come. Some did manual digging, some tried to dig a pit with dynamite, and some built tunnels. But each time, the result was the same. Either the digging had to be stopped midway, or the water destroyed everything. Some people even lost their lives. There have been many such accidents in history when tunnels collapsed or machines failed. But despite this, the mystery of Oak Island continued to attract people. Then came Rick and Marty Lagina, two brothers from Michigan, who dreamed of solving this mystery. Rick was fascinated by the story of Oak Island since childhood, and when he grew up and got the resources, he decided to turn this dream into reality. They didn't just dig, they changed the whole method. They brought in modern technology, ground-penetrating radar, sonar imaging, metal detectors, borehole sampling, every method they could find to get to the truth. Their team consisted of more than just diggers. It included archaeologists, historians, engineers, and scientists. Everyone had one goal: to reveal the truth hidden beneath the island to the world. And it wasn't easy. Each dig cost millions of dollars and months of hard work. Sometimes nothing was found, but Rick and Marty didn't give up. Each season, each exploration brought new hope, and each time Oak Island left a new clue. But this time, what was found is perhaps the greatest discovery ever made. The 2025 excavations began with hope, but within a few weeks, the team was exhausted. Work was underway on Lot 5, where some ancient relics and a mysterious gemstone had been found before. But this time, the team was focusing on a borehole called DN 11.5, a point that, according to old maps and geological scans, pointed to a tunnel or cavity under the swamp. But the work was not easy. The weather was constantly deteriorating. Heavy rain, mud, and frequent machine malfunctions troubled the team. For many days, nothing significant was found. Some of the team had even assumed that this season would probably be a waste. Rick himself had become a little quiet. There was a smile in front of the cameras, but fatigue was clearly visible in his eyes. After every borehole drilling, soil, stones, and old pieces of wood came out, but nothing special was visible. Then one day, when everything seemed routine, the machine suddenly gave a strange signal. The sonar was beeping, and the readings showed an odd fluctuation. Initially, the team thought it might be a glitch, but when they looked at the data again, everyone was shocked. The signal showed a small cavity, a place that looked neither natural nor part of an old excavation. Its shape, its depth, everything seemed to have been designed thoughtfully. Rick immediately stopped the drilling and called Marty. The two brothers kept staring at the monitor silently. Finally, Rick just said, "This place is hiding something." And that's where the story took a turn. Now the question was this the place they had been looking for years? Or was it another empty clue? The team decided to take a sample the next day, but they had no idea that what would come out could become the most surprising discovery on Oak Island yet. The next morning, drilling resumed at the DN 11.5 borehole. This time, the atmosphere was a little different. Everyone was a little more serious. Every movement was being monitored. The camera team was fully prepared. Footage was being taken from every angle. Rick and Marty stood there silently, but their eyes were reading every move of the machine. The drill slowly penetrated the ground. After a while, the core sample was taken out. The same long cylindrical piece of soil and rock that the machine pulls up from the ground. Initially, the same usual things were seen: black soil, wet sand, some wood pieces. But as the team took out the last part of the sample, something strange glowed. At first, everyone thought that maybe it was just a shiny stone. But when the flashlight was shone on it, a faint golden light started emerging from there. That light was different, neither the glow of soil nor the reflection of some random metal. It was a solid golden glow. Everyone became silent for a moment. Gary Drayton, a metal detecting expert, was shocked and said, "Bloody hell, mate! This is something big!" The team immediately cleaned the piece, and as the soil was removed, a golden figure began to emerge. It looked as if someone had deliberately hidden it there hundreds of years ago. There were also some markings on its surface, perhaps an ancient symbol or a family crest. The expression on Rick's face at that moment is hard to describe in words. The moment he had waited his whole life to get was now in front of his eyes. But now the question was Is this the same treasure that Oak Island had been protecting for centuries? Or is this just the beginning? The team itself could not understand what they had discovered, but it was certain that Oak Island was now close to its biggest secret. As soon as the golden object was cleaned of dirt, it was immediately sent to the lab on Oak Island. The entire crew was holding their breath. Some were thinking it was an ancient coin, some a royal seal, and some even believed it to be a sacred brooch. But there was only one way to know the truth: scientific testing. Emma Culligan, the team's lead lab analyst, put on gloves and slowly placed the object under microscopes and scanners. It was clear at first glance that this was no ordinary metal. The shape of the object was very unusual. It was neither perfectly circular nor square. There was an embossed symbol in the middle, which looked like an ancient crest or emblem. There was very fine carving on its edges, which may have been slightly worn over time, but the artistry was still clearly visible. When the metal was tested, everyone was shocked. It was made of pure gold, with about 92% purity, but it did contain traces of copper and silver, alloys commonly seen in medieval or even older artifacts. That meant the object was very old, perhaps hundreds of years old. But the real surprise was the symbols engraved on it. Emma said the symbols didn't match any modern language. They weren't Latin, Hebrew, or any known script. One of the symbols looked like a Templar cross, but the lines surrounding it told a different story. Rick and Marty stared at the object for a long time. If it's real, that means an ancient civilization or society really did visit Oak Island, Rick said softly. The question now wasn't what it was. The real question was, how did it get here? And more importantly, is it just a piece of some big treasure? We were probably going to get the answer soon. While the golden object was being tested, the field team began re-examining other samples taken from the DN 11.5 borehole. And that was when another big revelation came. The object was not alone. More tiny metallic fragments were found in the same core sample. Some were extremely fine, like parts of a chain or clasp. Some were bent, looking like broken parts of something larger. And some had slight oxidation, showing that they had been buried for a long time. The team's suspicions grew even stronger. Rick asked directly, if this was just a royal brooch, would it be found scattered like this? Marty echoed the same question. It doesn't look random. It looks like someone has hidden something on purpose. Gary Drayton rescanned the site with metal detecting gear and found more signals around the same borehole at Lot 5. Weak, but consistent. This meant that there were more metallic elements buried beneath the ground. The team now began to believe that this was not just a part of the treasure, but could perhaps be a marker of a hidden structure or entrance, a kind of signal or seal, which indicates that something big is hidden beneath. Some old maps and 3D ground scans were combined, and it was found that the borehole signal was aligning in a strange curve formation. Rick said, "This cannot be random. This is probably the outer edge of a tunnel or chamber." Now things were changing rapidly. What was initially a mysterious shiny object had now become a signal, a door to a big mystery. The team now had only one question. Are we ready to open that door? As more metallic fragments were found around borehole DN 11.5, the team decided it was time to do a ground scan of the entire area. A detailed subsurface image was created using high-frequency sonar and magnetometry, and what was revealed stunned the entire Oak Island team. The scan clearly showed a structured tunnel-like pathway beneath the ground, not a natural formation. It started from the borehole, turned south, and went down into the swamp, and the tunnel was at least 200 feet long. Rick immediately called up old maps, specifically hand-drawn sketches from the 1800s. These maps also showed a slight depression in the same spot, which had not been taken seriously before. When the team compared the old maps with modern 3D scan overlays, everything fit together. The old depression and the new tunnel path were both going in the same direction. This can't be a coincidence. Someone has designed this on purpose, Emma said. Now, a new hypothesis emerged. Was this tunnel built to move the treasure? If we assume that some treasure was once hidden on Oak Island, whether it belonged to pirates, Templars, or some other secret group, then this tunnel might have been the way to bring it or hide it. It was a perfect route to carry it underwater and store it in a safe chamber. If this tunnel was really functional, then the other end of it will lead us to a place where the real treasure may still be hidden, Marty said. Now the team not only had a direction, but also a strong reason. This wasn't just digging. It was like following a map. The next step was digging that tunnel and seeing if its end really led us to the treasure. As the team found clues to the tunnel and old symbols emerged while investigating the golden artifact, the story took a new and mysterious turn. Now, the question was not just about archaeology. Now the matter started moving towards conspiracy. Rick and Marty Lagina's team have had many such strange experiences on this island, which they have not been able to fully explain till date. Sudden delays in necessary permits, some drone flights being stopped without reason, and even some survey data being mysteriously deleted. All these things started forcing the team to think. Are these just coincidences? Or does no one want the real truth of Oak Island to come out? Some conspiracy theorists believe that Oak Island is not just a historical site, but a location that has been kept secret for centuries, and that too deliberately. It is believed that some powerful groups, perhaps Freemasons or some ancient secret society, have declared this place sacred or restricted. Some theories even say that governments themselves have been interfering in this exploration. It is not that they want to extract the treasure themselves. Rather, they fear that if this treasure or its historical value is ever revealed, many accepted narratives of history will be broken. And then comes the biggest question. Was there ever an ancient civilization or society on Oak Island? The symbols found on the artifact did not match any modern script. Emma told that some designs resemble the Middle Eastern style, and some are like Templar-era carvings. So, was there a civilization that crossed the Atlantic and made Oak Island a place to hide its secrets? The answers to these questions are not far now, but it is clear that Oak Island is not just a story of treasure. It is part of a truth that has probably been hidden for centuries. The golden artifact that emerged from the DN 11.5 borehole is now considered the biggest clue so far in the search for Oak Island. Its shine, its structure, and the symbols engraved on it. Everything was saying something that was not ordinary. When it was shown to historians and experts, their reactions were also shocking. Some experts said that the symbols on this artifact resemble Templar artifacts of the 12th to 13th century, especially some seals and rings found in southern France. There were also some symbols that vaguely resembled Old Phoenician or Hebrew scripts. This further deepens the fact that Oak Island is not just a game of pirates or colonial era. Perhaps it is hiding a much older, much deeper history than that. An archaeologist even said, if this piece is genuine and the timeline it is connected to proves to be correct, then it can completely change the history of North America. This would mean that European secret societies had reached here hundreds of years before Columbus. But is all this really the truth? Or like Oak Island, is this also another very big clue that leads somewhere else, but the destination is still not visible? the team has been deceived many times. Earlier also, such items were found which seemed extraordinary in the beginning, but later they either proved to be wrong or remained without any firm conclusion. Now the question arises in front of the viewers, is this really the discovery that everyone was waiting for? Or has Oak Island once again given us only hopes, not reality? One thing is certain. What has been found is not small. It is either a key to open a door or another tangled layer, and the decision is now in your hands. So the question now is the Oak Island treasure about to be revealed? For 200 years, this land has kept secrets hidden in its heart. So many people have dug, given up, dreamed, hoped, and then returned empty-handed. But now, the turn that this excavation of 2025 has taken is stronger, more mysterious and hopeful than ever before. The golden object that came out of the DN 11.5 borehole is not just a piece of metal. It is a sign, a symbol of a world that was perhaps buried in the history books. Markings like the Templar cross, old alloys, and the presence of that tunnel. All this cannot be just a coincidence. Now, it is your turn. What do you think? Is the Oak Island treasure about to be found? Is this artifact a part of the real treasure that the whole world has been searching for centuries? Or is this also just another piece of a mysterious puzzle that is never complete? Do let us know by commenting below. Your opinions, your questions, your doubts, all are part of this story. And yes, if you liked this video and you want to be a part of this mysterious journey of Oak Island, then do like, don't forget to subscribe, and hit that bell icon, so that next time when we show you the next chapter of this story, you will be the first to know.